There is a popular Roblox myth known as Brandonworks, and is widely known among the Roblox myth community. In it, a YouTuber named Ozolog1 blogs and records his friend Brandon's Roblox builds, until Brandon disappears one day due to being in a suicide cult. But, in the Roblox game Forsaken, Roblox myths are not forgotten, but put to the test in an eternal prison. And this concept will be showing what it would be like if Ozolog1 was a character in Forsaken. If you haven't watched any of Brandonworks, or you don't know what the myth is, I seriously suggest you go watch this video. I'm going to link it in the description. It helps explain it a lot better than I possibly could. Also, this concept is based off the map Sundowner, because that is part of the Brandonworks myth. And also the fact that Brandon's NPC is literally in the lobby of Forsaken. Therefore, I thought, you know what? It'd probably be fun to put Ozo as like a survivor sometime. So this is what that concept's about. Ozolog1. Where were you for all that time you were offline and stuff? Description. Ozolog1 is a YouTuber who owned the channel Brandonworks, in where he could document his friend's builds until his friend went missing due to him suspectively being in a cult. His abilities mainly are on tracking the killer and staying a far distance away from the killer. Health, 90. Walk speed, 12. Sprint speed, 26. And his stamina is 100. His abilities. Passive, otherworldly signs. Is that why you ran away? If the killer is within 30 meters of Ozo, it will show the footsteps of the current killer in red. They are only visible to him though, and fade away after 6 seconds if the killer has moved out of 30 meters from Ozo. Walking through the killer's trail grants him speed 1 for 3 seconds, and can only happen once every 10 seconds. For example, if he recently walked through the killer's path, he cannot get speed 1 again until 10 seconds later. Ability 1. Mark Dart. Ozo, is that you? LOL, it must be! Brandon, 6875935. Cooldown, 35 seconds. Ozolog throws a dart in front of him, and if hitting the killer, it affects the killer's slowness 1 for 3 seconds, and highlights the killer yellow to Ozolog for 15 seconds, and makes the killer's trail last 15 seconds instead of 6. If missing the killer will not be highlighted or slowed, and only the killer's trail appears for 15 seconds instead of 6. Ability 2. Goggle View. How did one of these get all the way over here? Cooldown, 15 seconds. Ozolog1 will pull out a pair of goggles and look around. By pressing the keybind again, it will exit the goggles and affect him with slowness 1 for 5 seconds. It gives him the view of if you are seeing through goggles, and if he looks in the direction of the killer is highlighted yellow to Ozolog1 as long as Ozolog1 keeps his view in the killer's general direction. You can only stay in your goggles view for 20 seconds max, and you cannot move while you are using this ability. Ability 3. Camouflage. Well, there's nothing in here yet anyway. Cooldown, 27 seconds. Ozolog1 will crouch down on the ground, covering himself with a tarp the same color of the surface behind him or under him, and applying undetectable 1. He can toggle the colors by clicking M1 or tapping the tarp. Using the ability again will exit the tarp. If you want a little simplified version, his passive, if he's close enough to a killer, he'll see a little trail, like John Doe's, but shorter. And if he runs through it, it'll give him speed 1 for 3 seconds, and he can only do it every 10 seconds. His ability 1 is basically Chance's gun, but instead, it only slows the killer for like 3 seconds, and highlights the killer to him, and makes the trail appear. If missing, it only makes the trail appear longer. His ability 2, it's basically wall hacks, but you have to actually look around to activate it, and it's only on the killer. And his ability 3, basically, you literally just look like the ground or the wall behind you, because you're laying down on a little tarp. It applies undetectable, so in Last Man Standing you can pull the undetectable strat. Well anyway, here are his skins. Remnant, Spartan, 862, Go Mad, Bad, Sussus, Twink, and Retro. Here are his Last Man Standing themes.